I don't know who that is. No. Hang on, guys. I'm resharing my live again. I was just on the live, and I am sending it back out again. We had to jump off because we had a bad connection, and we are back at it again. So, hang in there. I'm just sharing this out. A couple times. Topic is still the same. Again, I am Miriam Williams. You are live with the Small Business Network. I am COO, and I will be interviewing or continuing my interview with Miss Sandra K. Bridges. She's written an autobiography of her life. We're talking about narcissism, pain, abuse, and overcoming it all. So, hang on. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to share just a few more times and then send this out specifically to her. So again, we're back at it again. So like I said again, overcoming abuse, overcoming pain, narcissism, and just, you know, the whole thing, the ordeal of it all, you know. So if you know anyone who could benefit from this particular live, this particular topic, I'm asking that you share your live out now. Feel free to comment. Come and join us in. No, please don't stand in the hallway and view from there. Come inside. Show your support. It had to take so much courage to write the story, the darkest, the deepest, the ugliest things about what took place in her life. We have to show support for that, you know? Let me see. And again, unfortunately, I'm not going to bring anyone else besides Sandra up on the panel today because this is about her. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to decline your request to come up, okay? Again, this is only for the author. So I want you guys to tune in, listen up, listen in, get these nuggets that she's going to drop, and, you know, share the live, show support, send her some love. Hit those hearts, you know? And I'm going to do this one more time. One more time. Let me copy this link. And send it to her. Won't let me from there. Okay, so she has the link now. Hopefully we won't have any interruptions. We won't get any more disconnects. And we're going to dive right into the questions and get to the good stuff, you know? Thank you for joining in. If you are new to my live, I ask that you please like my live, share the live, and follow me, okay? There will be more of this good stuff to come in the future. I know I keep saying I'm going to go live more often, but if you know me, you know that I don't like to go live. So, but I do promise that I'm going to be more frequent with it, and I have some other things on my health journey that I wanted to share and keep you guys up to date on, and we can encourage each other. You know, we talked about juicing and that sort of thing, so we're going to get into that kind of stuff as well as time permits. So let's see. Still waiting on her to jump in. While we're doing that, I think I will share it some more, a few more times. You can never share enough, right? Let's see. I'm gonna go backwards this time. Yep. So, you know what? And I was sharing before that, you know, a lot of times, if you watch Lifetime, you know about there's a bunch of stories out there where people go through different types of experiences and it doesn't end so well. You know, you're not able to walk away in situations like that. I am not gonna bring you up top. You keep asking me. I can't bring you up top. I can't pronounce your name. Again, this is exclusively for Miss Sandra Bridges. Okay, she's received the link, and we're waiting for her to come out, pop up in with us now. I'm checking now to see if she is. Let me give her a call. And I do apologize for all the interruptions and all the breakaways and that sort of thing. You know, she's just experiencing a bad connection. She was out on the road. Hey, I sent the link over to you. Can you jump in now?
Okay, I'm waiting for the link.
I emailed it to you. I'm sorry, I texted it over to you.
Yeah, okay, I'm still waiting on the link.
Let's see, okay. Let's see what it looks like. That's wild. Okay, let me and I sent it from my phone. I'm gonna just wow. That was my bad. I didn't hit send on that, y'all. There she is. There she is. Coming in now. So I'm gonna invite her up. We're gonna jump right into these questions, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Again, this is Miriam Williams. You are live with Miriam and the Small Business Network podcast. This is episode 607, and we're live with Miss Sandra K. Bridges. She's an author. She's written an autobiography of her life, a journey, guys. Okay, a amazing journey that she's going to talk about with us tonight. I want you to share out this live. I want you to, anybody that you know that have had any experiences with abuse, pain, dealing with narcissists, they need to see this. Okay, you could live next door to somebody and they're going through this right now. You wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't.
Absolutely.
You know, so please, let's show some love and respect right now. And again, I am pleased and honored to be the one interviewing you right now. And we're going to jump right in. I want you to briefly just give us another description of what it is that you've written about and a little bit about who you are, and then we'll jump into those questions, okay?
Okay, great. And maybe it's just for me to be relaxed at home. You know, maybe God has his own way of doing stuff, you know?
Absolutely.
But again, my name is Sandra K. Bridges. I'm a first-time author, and I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I'm a sister. I'm a friend. And I love to have conversations with people about my journey as a woman who has been abused. And this is my testimony. And number one, just as Miriam says, you can live next door to somebody and invite them over for dinner, have drinks and conversations, and you will never, ever know what goes on behind somebody's closed doors. You might hear a bang or two and say, oh, their kids are just having a good time, or they dropped something, or like anybody, everybody has arguments, right? But you never know. unless you look for the signs. My book is about my journey of coming through my divorce, my narcissistic husband's and his control, his isolation, and me coming through all of that and finding who I am as a woman, as a single parent, as a person who is finding herself and who she is in life. Who does she want to be? What does she want to be in life as a job? What does she want to be? She's finding herself. She's asking these questions.
Right.
But then she goes back to what she was raised on, and that's the word of the Lord. Okay? She drops down on her knees and says, God, help me. And she listens to her Lord and Savior's guidance. And she feeds upon that guidance. And that is how she walks through her journey in becoming who she is and whom she is in her life. Because we don't walk this earth alone by ourselves.
That's right.
Okay? We have a tribe that we walk with. You have to find who your tribe is. Not Joe Blow, and not that guy that you on a corner, you talk to on a corner, or where's that Pacific chain, and then you throw up some hand signs to. No. You want that person that sticks with you, that prays with you and prays for you, that when you shed your tears in the midnight hours, they are there. Okay? And that is who I found in the middle of my storm.
Wow.
And that is my journey.
Amazing. Again, guys, you're live right now with Miriam and the Small Business Network podcast. This is episode number 607. We're here live today with Ms. Sandra K. Bridges. Okay, she's written an autobiography of her life, a very detailed story about her journey with narcissism, pain, healing, okay, abuse, but overcoming it all. Okay, so let's show some love and support right now. Share this live out. We want to share this with as many people as we possibly can. Show some love. Send us some hearts. Okay? Send us some hearts. All right? And stay for the entire podcast, please. Okay? Right now, we're going to go and we're going to start in on these questions that I have here for her to answer. The first question, this is about motivation and purpose in regards to your book. What was your primary motivation for writing this autobiography, and did anything change during the process? First question.
My motivation was this. God told me to write it. Okay? I didn't just jump up and say, oh, I'm going to be a poet. Those poems and motivations and those prayers, they were given to me by God. And I'm not just saying that just to be saying it. No, I mean that. They were given to me by God. And the purpose of those is to get rid of the hate that was in me towards my abuser. To let go of my pain. My book is called I Wish You Would. Letting go of my pain. The only way that I could, and God knows that, is write it down. My book is not no pretty little words. Yes, I am a Christian. But I look, I don't hold back nothing. Mm-hmm. My poetry, my motivations, Everything is there. It's raw. It's pointed. It's there. It's in your face.
Y'all heard that? So this is raw and uncut. Okay, she's gonna give it to you like that. The
Yes.
second question for motivation and purpose is, what message or takeaway you hope readers gain from your story?
That no matter what color you are, no matter what age you are, no matter what denomination that you are, you're gonna go through something in this life. And whatever you're going through, my book will speak to you and will help you. There is okay, excuse me. There is pages in here. I hope you can see the lines.
Yeah.
That when you finish reading the sections, you can write down your thoughts.
Okay. So this is amazing, because this is not just you reading her story. This is also for you to reflect on your own situation, and there it is. Reflect, guys. This is look. No more are we going to sit in the trauma. Okay, it's time to heal. It's time to do something about it. Be accountable.
Be accountable.
Yeah.
And my book, I wrote it like I can come to a group and I can teach from this group. And I can have you write down your thoughts, your reflections, and then let's talk about it. My thing is, why can't we talk?
Right.
Let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about it. And if you want to ask questions or ask me questions, I wrote it down.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I can teach from this, and if I can't teach it, then somebody else can teach it. Okay?
Yeah. You and I, when we talked, the initial conversation that we had, which I loved, it was so genuine, right? We got to talking, and the conversation started getting deep, and I said, no. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's save it for the live, because
Yes.
So many people out here. It's a silent thing that's going on. It's a silent form of it's a murder. Like, you're dying. People are dying inside because they're experiencing these things, and they don't know how to get out or to get away. It takes courage and strength. You have to find your inner power to walk away from something like this.
When you are being abused, you have to make a plan. You just can't say, I'm gonna pick up and I'm gonna leave. Most people will tell you, make a plan.
Yeah.
Save up your money, because if a man is controlling you, he's gonna control your finances. And if you don't have the money to leave, how are you going to survive? Especially if you have children, right?
You can't just get up and walk away.
That's right.
Yeah. This is some powerful stuff.
He's going to lock some stuff up. So if you have to make a plan, and if you can't trust somebody to help you make that plan and help you to leave, then there's organizations and things that will help you to make a plan to leave with your children, whatever the case may be. So you have to know who to contact and connect with to help you make that plan. You just can't up and leave like that.
Yeah. And there's studies out there that says, and I know this for a fact, it's true. It takes a woman 7 attempts to leave a situation like that before you actually can walk away. So you know,
I left my abuser twice,
you left him twice.
and he came back.
Mm.
I didn't come back.
Mm.
He came back in my house.
Mm. Wow. And you got to learn those cycles too. There's cycles to this. All right. There's cycles to it, and I'm talking and I'm speaking from experience. Okay, there's cycles to this. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the next question, and that next this next set of questions are gonna come from the process and vulnerability. Okay, question number 1: what was the most difficult chapter to write and why?
The chapter was, and it's a poem called "Is It You or Is It Me?"
Mm.
It's talking about what was the issue. Is it you or was it me? Basically,
Wow.
who decided to cheat? Right? Who decided, somebody, was it good enough? And I'm not going to get into it, but, get the book, y'all.
Get the book, y'all. Get the book.
It's on Amazon.
Get the book. We're going to jump into the next question. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so that was it, because I had to write all of that down.
Mm-hmm.
Is it you or is it me? And that decision, and I that all brought up all of that raw hate, discomfort, and pain. So that was.
Wow. Okay, the next question. What surprised you most about yourself while revisiting these memories?
Everything that I went through. And how surprising that I sat in that, knowing the type of person that I am, how much I fight, because they used to call me Medea.
Wow.
And how I was before. I mean, how could I let somebody treat me like that?
Yeah.
How could I put up with that? And I was silent.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes, and when you're living it, you don't realize what is actually going on. And you have to, and this is why I don't allow anyone to this day to take my time and just have me back to back involved in things. You need to spend time alone. You need to reflect on your day. Okay?
I do.
You need to, what the hell, what happened today? What's going on? Okay? Because this stuff goes on for years and years and years and years, until one day either somebody's going to just spaz out, like what the kids call it, something else, like crashing out. The kids say that you crash out. You will either crash out, all right? And you don't want anything to happen like that, because you wind up in prison.
Yeah.
This could go left real easy. Sometimes you don't get to just walk away from these situations.
Yes, because I find sometime where I'll stay in my room. No TV, no noise, no music. I'll stay by myself, and I'll come out maybe a day or two later. I need that time off. To reflect, and just me and God, we just talking. And it's nothing that anybody did to me, but I need that time alone, just like you said. I need that downtime, because I have done so much.
Yes.
And my body, my just overall self just need to shut it down.
That's right. Listen to your body. That's the other message. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you, you know. And I want to add one other thing before we jump into the next set of questions, and that is abuse comes in different forms. It does not always have to be physical, people. It doesn't have to be physical. It could
Yes.
be emotional,
Yes.
psychological,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
The mind games, you know?
The gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
I've learned that term.
Good for you. Good for you. So we're going to jump into the next section of questions, and that is real people and accuracy. See, because I thought about writing a book, right? But then I started thinking about, man, when you have to go into those accounts, different accounts of things that happen in your life, you know, what do you do? You know, how do you juggle that? So here we go. The first question is, how do you handle writing about real people in your life, and did you inform them?
Hell no. It ain't none of their business because it's about me.
Yes. Yes. My answer to that is, this is my story. This is my accounts of what took place with me.
This is my life story.
There it is.
This is my account.
Yes.
Whether you feel it's accurate or not,
Yes.
this is coming from my point of view.
That's right.
So it's my point of view and not your point of view. Now you might feel some other kind of way. I haven't told nobody your name or where you live at or how it be. Okay, didn't mention you. This is my point of view about what I went through in my life.
I want to interrupt you just really quick. People are asking to come up on the live, and again, I'm going to repeat. Unfortunately, not this time, guys. Nobody's coming up on the live. This is all about Miss Sandra K. Bridges, okay, and her telling us her story, okay? Nobody else is coming up on the panel, not today, all right? If you have any comments or anything that you'd like to share, you can leave it in the comment section. If you ask a question, I'd be more than happy to relay that to her. But no one else can come up on the live, okay?
Please.
and please like and share the live. And we're going to jump into the next question, and that is, was it difficult to revisit emotional challenges from your past?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was. It's because it was very painful to me. My kids were kidnapped for almost 2 years. So they were away from me. They were told negative things about me, how I felt about them. So I basically had to kidnap my kids back and get them back before I could complete my divorce process. And it took me 5 years to get a divorce. I lived in Georgia.
Wow.
Back in the 80s and 90s. And so it was a very painful time for myself and for my children. I knew that their father loved them dearly. That was not even the question for me. But for him to say and do those things, it was very hurtful to me. And praise God, he did get himself together.
Good.
And praise God, his life was reformed. And he became a very dedicated father and grandfather. So I, praise God for that. But that took years.
Good. Yeah. Wow. And you don't hear that much often, that, that they do a turnaround, they do a 180. So that's great, because you're able to, now that the family can heal. You know what I mean? Awesome. So the next set of questions is reflection and impact. Question number 1, how has writing this book changed you?
Writing this book has Well, it has told me a lot about myself. It
Mm-hmm.
has showed me that I have grown as a person, as a mother, and as a woman. That I have come a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. And I still have a long way to go. And
Yeah.
I thank God for that. I thank God for the people who came into my life to help me
Mm-hmm.
and to guide me through my divorce process. The friends who I will forever, ever love and to help me. Um, I finished culinary school while going through this divorce. I worked at the Hilton Hotel
Okay.
um, in Atlanta, and I worked there for a number of years. And it's just so many things that I accomplished in
Mm-hmm.
my life while going through my divorce and getting my kids back. So I thank God for everything that He allowed me to do.
Awesome.
It just tells me how strong that I am, and and how much that I can accomplish with God on my side.
Great.
So yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. The last question, and after that, we can just freestyle for a little bit if you want, or we can cut the call short. What advice would you give others who have similar experiences? I'll just say it that way.
Never, ever, ever give up. Never give up. Continue to go through your process. Seek every resource that you can. Um, and please rely on the authorities to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you have your paperwork in order. Always, always, always have your passport, your driver's license, your marriage license, birth certificates, and everything with you at all times. Do not let them go. I kept a copy of my divorce decrees and my everything that was concerned with my children with me, even while I was at work.
Wow.
So if I had to jump up and do anything, I had my paperwork in order in my purse at
Wow.
all times. So if I can give you anything, and you going through a divorce or child support, anything like that, have your paperwork in order. Okay? Have your paperwork in order and do what you need to do to take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because how can you take care of somebody else if you're not taking care of you? Educate yourself. You have to know the process. Educate yourself. Those little pamphlets that they give out, they're there for a reason. Those numbers and stuff they give out, write them down. Call and make sure they're the correct numbers, and if not, update the numbers, because sometimes they do update the numbers. Call those numbers. Get the information that you need. Get the names of the people you speak with. You must have a name that you can call on. Educate yourself, get an education, get a certification so that you can provide for yourself. And if you have children, provide for your children. Okay? If it's getting that GED, the high school diploma, or that associate's degree, or whatever, you can do it. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and you cannot do.
Absolutely.
The devil is a liar. And know Jesus for yourself. Read that Bible. God gave you that book for a reason. And He has instructions in that book for you. Read it. Don't let nobody tell you what's in it. Read it.
Wow.
And that is what you need. That is what I can give you.
Wow. And I'll just add a little to that. A lot of times people, when you're saying educate yourself, that means you need to go to counseling, because you need to learn about them cycles I was just talking about earlier. Then you can see when those cycles start, you're going to like,
yes.
this is roller coaster, because they're going to start all over again. It says that they're going to ride and dine you.
I went to counseling. I put myself and my 2 kids in counseling. Why? Because the kids went through trauma.
Yes.
Daddy told the kids mama didn't love them, mama didn't want them anymore. Now they living with mama. Daddy's no longer living with mama. Trauma.
Right. Right.
It's trauma.
Right.
So yes, you're absolutely correct. Education is going to sociology or social worker, talking to the kids. Me, I went to a psychologist, and the psychologist told me this: why in the hell are you worried about him?
Right.
When he is the one that abused you. I was worried about him.
Yeah, that's what generally happens. You know, and that's why you stay so long, because you're worried about their well-being and you're worried about them falling apart if you leave. I'll be darned. You know?
You know, but and you're right. And she told me, wait a minute. And my doctor, who, because I was ill. I was very ill. And my doctor also said, she asked me this very important question. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Has a doctor ever asked you those questions?
That's right. That's how you got to look at it, because this is a life or death situation.
And I had itis, meaning infections from the top of my head to the tip of my toe. My chest bones, everything, literally were infected.
Well.
And so they're literally asking me, you worried about him? You're so sick. Your body is so infected that you could possibly die. You need hospitalization. You need treatment. You have 2 kids, right? So choose. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna take care of? Of course, I chose myself and my children, and I had to let all that worry and those issues. I had to let it go, and start getting rid of that trauma and everything. I had to let it go.
Yeah. See, people don't. The other thing that we don't understand, the beautiful thing about the experiences in life, is that when you release and let it go, forgive, okay, you're healing yourself internally. You're freeing yourself. You can't hold on to that, because that is what causes cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, all of it.
And that's what they were trying to get in my head. Because I was concerned about, number one, getting my kids back. I was concerned about their mental and emotional health and their physical health. I was concerned about that. I was so concerned about everybody else but Sandra.
Yeah. And that's where the thing comes in about the self-care. Okay?
That's what I was talking. That's exactly.
You have to, at a certain point in time, you're going to have to just check out on everybody, okay, and take care of yourself. I look at it this way, and I tell my family this a lot, that, you know, if I don't take care of me, okay, I'll check up out of here. And then everybody else is going to still be here doing the same thing that they're doing right now. You're not going to take me up out of here.
Trying to divide your money.
I'm called to
trying to divide your money.
Yes. I'm not getting an early checkout button. No. No. Yeah. So
Yes.
this has been excellent. This has been amazing. Give them the title to your book again and tell them where they can find your book.
My book is called I Wish You Would, Letting Go of My Pain, and it's on Amazon.
All right. Y'all heard that, okay? Get on Amazon, get this book. I'm gonna chop
Barnes
this.
and Noble also has it too.
Okay, excellent. Y'all heard that. Barnes and Noble and Amazon, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna chop this video up. You're gonna see bits and pieces of this, and I'm gonna have the book title and the link for you to go in and purchase it. I'm gonna make it real simple for you, okay? You'll be able to go in and purchase it from the link. Okay? If you know anyone, again, that is silently suffering, okay, all I ask is that you share this information with them. When you see the clips come out, share those clips, okay?
Absolutely.
Help people get the help that they need, okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we're going to end it on that note. And once again, you are live with Miriam and the Small Business Network. I am the COO of the organization, and this is episode 607. We're live here with Miss Sandra K. Bridges. She's written an amazing book, and there's messages in there that can help everyone. And I want to add one other thing, okay? The abuse, the narcissism, the pain, that does not come from, it's not gender specific. I'll just say it that way. Okay?
No, it's not.
Men can experience the same thing. Okay?
Yes.
And you will never know.
Yes.
You would never know.
The statistics for men being abused by either same sex or their wives is 1 out of 4.
Wow.
1 out of 4.
Wow. That's amazing. I love my family so much. I have my sister, and I see my cousin Angel just she's in the doorway. But we're getting ready to cut out. Thank you, Darlene, for joining. Everyone else, thank you for joining in. And again, I apologize for not being able to bring you up on the panel. This was specific to the featured guest today. Okay, maybe next time. But thank you all so much for supporting, and get that book. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you, Sandra. I enjoyed the interview.
And I enjoyed it too. Thank you so much, y'all.
You're welcome. Bye now.